So good morning to all. Hope you all are doing great. So today in this video we'll be discussing about Vikas Multicorp. So we know that about this particular stock we have discussed in many videos. Almost from 9 rupees level I uploaded the video regarding the fundamentals of the company, and also we have discussed the technicals that targets would be 15 rupees. Later again I upgraded the levels and our targets were 20 rupees. So we discussed that the 20 rupees level would be a major resistance for the company. So even though it has given a breakout from that, later we also discussed that at any point of time profit booking may also happen because no stock gives continuous upward movement. So this particular stock also has given huge returns in a very short span of time. So we also suggested that at any point of time when you're investing at high levels you need to be very cautious. So I suggested personally to my viewers that whenever you're investing in any stock, especially penny stocks, you need to invest small portion of your investment. So if you have invested small quantities, the loss which you will be getting, even if the stock reverses from that point, that would be minimal, and you can average at any point of time when we discuss the levels. So that is what happened right now. So many people are messaging regarding what to do because they're invested at high levels, and also people who have bought at low levels, so they are also telling whether to book the profits or hold for long term. So we'll discuss everything, and also we'll see what are the major changes that happened in the company. That is Mr. Sunil Alag, who has recently been appointed into the Vikas Multicorp. So we'll see what is his designation and what are the achievements of Mr. Sunil Alag and what previously where he used to work. So everything will be discussed, and also the major thing is the bulk deals which happened in the company. So we'll discuss about that as well. So before that, if you're new to the channel, then definitely subscribe the channel and press the bell icon to not miss any update. So when we see about Mr. Sunil Alag, so you can see he has been appointed as the first chairman of its advisory board. So previously we know that when we discussed about Vikas Multicorp, we discussed that the promoter holding is very good and is mainly focusing on the business of the company, and is when we discussed about business, so we discussed that it is into polymer additives, which is completely a different business, and it's environmental friendly, and also it's into the recycling business. So that is what we have discussed. Since the promoter holding is very good, and also he's appointing good people like Mr. Sunil Alag, so we'll discuss about him also. Then why you need to panic? So that is what I am suggesting. So stock will fall, so you need to remember only one thing, that keep in your mind, that the stock market psychology. So whenever people are fearful, you need to be very greedy, and whenever people are greedy, you need to be fearful. So when this particular stock, when it has started its journey from 0.9 rupees level, and when it has reached the 9 rupees level, so many people were having fear that at any point of time it may correct, and you need to be very cautious. So again I uploaded the video suggesting that you can hold, because whenever people are fearful, you need to be greedy. So the stock started its again upward journey, breaking the 15 rupees level, 20 rupees level, from 22 rupees level, from where the correction started. So at that point of time many people were thinking that it will easily go to 30 as well as 40 rupees. So there the game has entered, the operators have entered and started booking their profits. So nothing to panic. So when we discuss the bulk deals, we'll clearly understand what is actually the game that the operators are playing. Okay, so now we'll discuss about Mr. Sunil Alag. So when we discuss about Mr. Sunil Alag, so is not only a board member of this particular company, but to almost very good companies like United Breweries, and also he is a former managing director and CEO of Britannia Industries. So we know that Britannia Industries, it has reached to that particular level not because solely of its business, but also the management which was at the back. So without management, even the business is nice, it cannot sustain in the market. So competition will be present. So when the management is only strong, we can say that the stock also will give huge returns. So completely for Vikas Multicorp, we can see that it is bounded with positive news. Also the financials of the company are decent. So whenever any penny stock gives a huge multifold returns and it reaches a new highs, it is mainly because of the management. So if the management promoter holding is less, if is doing continuous selling, so then that penny stock remains penny stock only. So you need to understand this particular psychology as well. So when we see the journey of the stock, so we know that from point 0.9 rupees, we know that it has given a huge run up. So about 20, so later profit booking has started. So many people are asking why the stock is falling, why the stock is showing correction. So we need to question ourselves. So when it has started from point 0.9 rupees, so whenever we discuss, whenever we that point, did any time we know that why the stock is giving continuous upward movement. So we did not question ourselves, right? So we don't know why the stock was giving continuous upward movement. So when it's falling, then we need to have a little bit of patience as well. So patience is very important. So since it has given a huge run up, so the correction is also happens, and at any point of time it may also reverse. So reversal will happen because promoter is also present for the company. So when promoter is not there, so then we need to panic. So when management is not good, so then we need to panic. Since management is good and also promoter is present, so why you should worry? So since you're invested in heavy quantity, so that is a big problem. So if you have invested small quantity, so then you will not enter into that particular panic situation. So if you are the promoter of any company, so when your company is falling continuously, so will you watch that movement? No, definitely will not watch, because you will not make your company a bad opinion to others. So you will also invest at low levels, so that to build the trust, definitely at any point of time the stock should also reverse. So when we see the market cap of the company, it is almost around 879.13 crores, and you can see industry PE of the company is 50.63. So market cap is reduced because even the stock price has shown some correction. So now most important thing is you can see the PE of the company. So PE is around 662. Okay, and if you compare with the industry PE, which is only 50.63, so you can see the PE is way high as compared to the sector PE. So when we discussed in earlier videos also, the PE was also near, I guess, 990 change. So that time also the PE was huge. So I suggested that the volume, that is the selling, that is the major selling is not happening in the company. So we see that many retailers have they're telling that I will exit from the position, let us book the profits. So if you have major profit, you can book that, but if you're having loss, so why are you exiting? So stock may need some correction, because when you see the volume analysis, so when we shift over to the technical chart, so clearly you can see that the major volume is not being sold, only minor volumes are being sold, and you can see that the money flow index is still not reached the oversold region. So whenever any particular stock is not reaching oversold region, they are not willing to sell. It implies that major bulk deals that which happened recently also, they have not sold any of their holding. So that is what is the interesting thing that we'll discuss at the end of the video. So watch the video till end. And you can see deliverable quantities, you can see they are completely in 100%. So earlier we know that as we compare with the previous sessions also, deliverable quantities is completely 100%. So not decreased as compared to day by day basis also. So each and every day we are seeing percentage deliverable quantity is also increasing. So that is not 100% confirmation. So major thing is the major volume is not getting dropped. So that is very important. So now we are on to the bulk deals which happened on 21st August. So we can see at 16.70, you can see Aviator Global Investments has bought almost 33 lakh shares, and they have not sold till now. So 33 lakh shares are still being present with them. And also about Alankit assignments, we discussed earlier also at 14.49. We know that this much amount of shares have been held. So you can see at that much high valuations as well, these particular companies have bought a stake in Vikas Multicorp. So if you are the owner of any company, if I give you 33 lakh shares of at my Vikas Multicorp, will you buy there? So you'll also be very fearful that whether it may move up or whether it will correct. So since they have strong trust in the company and they have also done the particular analysis, so they are also holding without any sort of selling. So clearly you can see holding, they have bought 33 lakh shares at 16.70, and similarly Alankit Investments also bought 43 lakh shares at 14.49. So So that is why I tell, so we need to have the holding capacity. So when our view is for long term, so then we should hold. If you're for short term gains, then you can shift to other stocks, but this particular stock is for long term, because we have seen everything. So we have know that recently the changes which happened, Mr. Sunil Alag, who is appointed, is also a capable person who can take the company forward with good moves. So that is also very important, you need to see. So next, when we see the insider deals, so you can see Mr. Vinod Kumar Garg, almost you can see transaction type here. So it is a gift. So which he has almost sold 65 lakh shares, and you can see current holding is almost zero point 0.4. So before that, Mr. Nand Kishore Garg, you can see, is also bought at that particular level, which has been gifted to Mr. Vinod Kumar Garg. Okay, so we know that these sort of gifts happen, gift type transaction also happen between the company, as we discussed in IDFC First Bank also. So people have not watched the video, definitely they can watch that as well. So we know that whenever company is having trust, so these type of gift transactions also happen. So you need to watch these things. So this happened on 28th August 2020. So this particular update regarding the insider was updated on 28th, even though the transaction was happened on 24th August. Okay, so transaction type is gift. So Nand Kishore Garg bought 65 lakh shares, and at Vinod Kumar Garg has sold around 65 lakh shares. So implies that they have bought at low levels. So whenever any profit comes, they exit, right? So at low levels they have bought, and similarly again they have averaged their particular price when the stock has shown some correction. So now we'll switch over to the technical charts, and we'll do the technical analysis to find out the next possible levels. So before that, when we see what the indicators are suggesting, so clearly you can see, even though the stock has been bearish from many days, so you can see the momentum of the stock has still not reduced. So because money flow index itself is not falling, so clearly you can see strength of the stock is reduced, but money flow index, so clearly you can see still it is in overbought region only. So generally 70 plus is known as overbought region. So still the stock is continuing in the overbought region. So what does it imply? So volume is not reducing. So many people, they say that exit from any stock, exit from penny stocks, exit. So you should not fall into that sort of mindset. So when you are fixed your mindset that you're for long term, and when you trust the company, so then only enter. So don't forcibly put your investment into any company. So do your own analysis before you enter. So I am personally telling that you can, when I discussed about this particular stock, I discussed the fundamentals, everything. So that's why I suggested at 9 rupees also you can hold your stock. So rest of all, it's up to you whether you sell or you buy. So when we see the stock, almost in 1 month itself, it was down almost 21.83%. In 1 month, 5.58% positive move. 3 months 295, 6 month 597% returns, 1 year 400% returns were given by the company. So now we are back onto the technical. So clearly we'll do the technical analysis. So you can see the stock was showing continuous lower circuits. Okay, so when you see the volume here, so these are nothing but the volume candles. So clearly you can see, is the volume increasing or reducing? So clearly you pause the video, look at it, then tell me so whether the volume is increasing or decreasing. So you can see the negative volume is present, is completely negligible, and it is reducing even though the stock is hitting lower circuits. So even though the stock is hitting lower circuits, so clearly you can see the volume which is present there is completely reducing. So before also, when it was hitting lower circuits, you can see green volumes that are increasing, implies that buying also is happening at low levels. So clearly you can see technical charts. So these are not any magic things. You can also put these on your demat account, and you can also analyze. So even though the money flow index is completely showing bearish crossover, why the money flow index is not falling? So clearly you can see that at bottom also somebody big hands are getting exchanged. So what we have discussed, Alankit Investments, Aviator Global Investments, so they have not sold anything. Only retailers, we are getting into panic situation, and we are selling all our holdings. They're booking our profits. Okay, so booking profits is okay, but exiting at loss is something called foolishness, so that we need to avoid. Okay, so rest of all it's up to you. I'm just suggesting. So next major levels that we need to watch would be around 12 rupees level. That we can have. So completely we're discussing on technical basis. So at any point of time anything may happen, we can't do anything. So whenever any movement is coming, I'm updating immediately in the Telegram section, because I personally watch these type of stocks. So if you want to join the Telegram group, you can join. So I'll update whenever the stock is having any sort of movement. Okay, so watch the 12 rupees. Again, you have 11 rupees levels also. So since the market, we know that when we discussed about future retail also, so same pattern, okay, same observation is required. So deliverable quantities are increasing, operators also enter again, so continuously no stock falls. At any point reversal will happen, so that you need to keep in your mind and invest in small portions, so that will be very beneficial to you. Okay, so we discussed everything. So we have seen what are the latest management changes also. So technically also you can see how the stock is behaving. So it's up to you whether you invest at the low levels or you hold the stock. But I suggest you can hold in small quantities. So don't put any sort of bulk investments. Okay, so this is all about Vikas Multicorp. So if you like the video, definitely like and subscribe. So until then, take care. Bye bye.